if there was a book of Big Brother don'ts, I could write it, because I think I played the game completely wrong.
Third place, that's not too bad.
You know what? I feel incredible that I made, final 3. I had no idea that I honestly, when I started this journey, that I would make it that far. I was really discouraged after my ride or die Carson left. I was alone in the house. I wasn't really sure how I was going to be able to navigate, but I felt like I played the game the way I said I was going to play it. I tried to stay loyal to my alliance, and I was a woman of my word, which doesn't really get you that far in the Big Brother house, I found out. But I played, it was the only way that I would have wanted to win.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, you didn't win competitions, but you were well liked, which is important.
I did not win any competitions, and I would love to tell you that was my strategy, to not win anything, but it's not true. I actually wanted to win competitions. I was never in any position of power, but I didn't end up getting any blood on my hands because I could never put anyone up because I never won anything.
That's true. That's true. Well, first we have to talk. I know you were the only vote for Todrick. How do you feel about that? What have you learned? Are you surprised? What's going on?
I have been out of the Big Brother house for maybe an hour now, so I haven't seen the show. I mean, one of the things about coming in, being the third person in the house left, you don't get, everyone else has seen the show. I haven't seen anything, so my only reality is what has happened in the house. And Todrick was, lovely to me in the house. He actually took me under his wing after Carson left, which was difficult for me because Carson was my ride or die, and I was, in there by myself. It was Misha and Todrick and Lamar and Todd, and then I was kind of on my own. So, but it was very clear once I came out and I saw my stone-faced cast did not look happy, and I was the last to vote, and I was very surprised everyone voted for Misha when half of the people were put out of the house because of Misha. So I was like, what is going on? What is happening? I thought it would at least be 50-50 because they were the dynamic duo that, did everything together. So I was like, wow, why are they so strongly against Todrick and not like a little salty with Misha too? Because they worked together very closely, as you saw. So
yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to learn some things. One of the things I think the fans were, probably the only real thing fans got frustrated with you about, was not necessarily your fault at first, but, Todrick kind of convinced you and Carson that Shanna was turning on you. That wasn't really true. And I think, and Carson kind of apologized to her later, but you guys, she used the veto and then you kind of got rid of her. And I think fans were frustrated because we're like, no, don't listen to Todrick. Why didn't you believe Shanna?
For me, and I won't speak for Carson, at that time, I was starting to be a little leery of Shanna because she flipped her vote on Teddi, and as an alliance, we had all decided we were going to vote for Teddi. And in the house, all you have is your alliance. So it's like everything is like a big deal in the house, So when she did that and she didn't tell us she was doing that, I was like, wait, what's happening? Like, why wouldn't you tell your alliance? Like, we talk about everything before we make any moves. So I was like, then I started to get a little paranoid with her. Like, is this doesn't feel right. And then I was also told that she knew when Carson and I went up on the block that she knew about it. And I was like, why wouldn't you tell us if you knew that information? And, I was told she knew it. She said she didn't know. But at that point, I was starting to be a little leery because I felt like she was playing both sides of the team. And once Todrick had the conversation with me and Misha basically co-signed everything, I was like, no, I know. And, disclaimer, I'm not a Big Brother super fan. I did not go into this knowing how to really play the game. I watched, season 1 and 2 of the celebrity editions, and that's it. And I thought that was enough, but I was wrong because I had no idea that 2 grown people would look me in my face and just make up a lie. Yeah. And I was so upset and I was so protective of Carson because Carson was so good to Shanna and I. We were like, the 3 little bears in our room. Like, we were like all we had. And I just, reacted with with the information that I was being given. And now now that I'm hearing differently, obviously I feel horrible, and I definitely owe Shayna an apology personally and publicly at this point. But again, I haven't even watched the show, so I don't even know how bad it is, of what, I have no idea
Yeah,
how it even played out.
Yeah, I don't think she's as mad at you. I think she knew that you kind of didn't know what was going on, but there was some things that were said, I'm not even saying by you, by other people about like her appearance and things like that. Do you think at some point people maybe went too far in that?
Oh, one of the things I know that was said was, and I don't know who you heard it from, but like from the guys,
yeah,
was saying that they felt like she was dressing kind of inappropriately or whatever. I didn't really have a problem personally with the way she dressed. I mean, she's a sexy girl. She's a beautiful girl. I feel like for me as a married woman, if I dress as sexy, I mean, it wouldn't be a personal choice for me to dress super sexy in the house, with men in the house, especially with us not having a lot of privacy and stuff in there. But I didn't have a problem with, the way she dressed. It just, for me, I would have, moved a little differently just because, I am married. So
do you think you'll have a conversation with her?
I would like to. I mean, if everything that I'm saying is true, and apparently it is true, I 100% plan to have a conversation with her, because I owe her an apology, for sure. I was wrong to believe them, I guess. I never imagined in a million years that they were lying to us. So
you didn't win the last HOH. I think you had a feeling that you might not, because Misha's been winning everything. Mm-hmm. Did you think about maybe making a deal with one or the other? I know you said you thought you could beat any of them, so it didn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you think, okay, maybe I should make a deal with Misha, or should I? Because Todrick was saying that he was pretty much implying he was going to take Misha, but he wanted you to take him. So
right.
How did you feel about that, I guess?
Well, Todrick and Misha were a duo, so I knew if either one of them won, they were going to take each other. I was kind of like the third wheel in that situation. So if by some miracle I won, which I didn't win anything the whole time I was in the house, competition-wise, I would have taken Todrick, because that's who I had a relationship with in the house. I wasn't super close to Misha. I like Misha, I respect her, but we were never really close. And once Carson left the house, Todrick kind of took me in under his wing for the obvious reasons now. But, to me, it felt like, okay, great. I don't have my ride or die. I don't have any support in the house anymore. So I felt very lucky, for him to even scoop me up. But, now I know.
How does it feel knowing that you probably would have beat him pretty easily?
I didn't even know, again, when you're in the house, for me, I had lost so many times. I didn't even know if the fans would even be rooting for me at this point. I thought they would probably just given up on me winning competition. So, apparently I would have won had I brought him with me. I'm still processing. I feel like, to be honest with you, I did win. Just even making it to the final three is a victory for me. I never saw myself going this far in the house, because I'm not a Big Brother super fan. I don't know the show that well. And, I really tried to stay loyal to my lines, and I really tried to stay loyal to my word. And a lot of those things don't really carry that much weight in the Big Brother house, apparently. But that was the only way that I wanted to win the game if I won.
Yeah, and I mean, you came out of it with a really good friend in Carson. So
I did. I love Carson.
I guess, what's one thing that you wish you maybe prepared for or knew before you went in the house?
Oh, my goodness. I wish I had watched more Big Brother episodes just to understand the gameplay, because even I was making big mistakes, even when I was in an alliance. I was I didn't know that was supposed to be a secret. And anytime someone tried to pull me in, I was like, no, I'm in an alliance. I'm with Shayna, Carson, and I think Todrick's with us. And they're like, wait, we just signed, we're in an alliance with Todrick. What do you mean? I was just doing it all wrong. If there was a book of Big Brother don'ts, I could write it, because I think I played the game completely wrong. But,
we did something right. You did something right.
Well, it's a testament to, one of my other my main strategy also going into the house was to just make the house a home, cook and clean as much as possible. So I must have did a good job with that, and people must have liked me because I didn't win anything in the house, and I went pretty far. So I guess I can, be proud of that.
You can, and you're the only one who cleaned those toilets, so.
I am the only one. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know. They owe you.
Listen, and those toilets were, you don't even know. Like, celebrities do not know how to clean up after themselves. I can tell you that right now.
That makes sense.